Uh, uh. Yeah, welcome to the channel. And this is Nas. Today we're gonna be talking about the Korean invasion. Okay, Webtoon invasion, more appropriately. But let me preface. Let me just talk about a little bit of reminiscing of history. A little bit of history. Uh, at one point in time, I think this was around the time Borders went out of business. This was a retail in America that used to sell books a lot, and there was this fear mongering. There was this idea that because of the Kindle came out and Nook and people were reading books online, that the online book format was gonna get rid of books, print books, that stores was gonna close, and people were afraid. And people wrote eulogies and poems and the death of the printing world. And lo and behold, Corona came in and said, "Oh hell no, it ain't happening." So now I think the culture, there is a resurgence of more people buying. There are more sundares, more people reading too, more booktube. Booktube I think is contributing to this, but it's still though. It's cool to see this. This is actually awesome that we get to see more print content. So today we're gonna be talking about the invasion of this genre that is coming from Webtoon. Right, Webtoon is coming to the print world, and I think what really propelled it. I think probably there are other series that came before this, but the one that I'm kind of aware of in my peripheral vision is Solo Leveling. So Solo Leveling kind of propelled this Webtoon invasion into the manga genre, or into the because this is in the manga section, right? It's not in its own section; it's in the manga section. So the manga world exploded during COVID, after COVID, and more books, more publication. People have been scalping. We already know what we've been going through, right? If you've been paying attention to the manga world, if you've been collecting books, you are already in the know-how. So now we have an invasion, which is good, by the way. I use that word in the positive. I'm kind of referring to the Beetle invasion. So, hey, it's cool. We want this. I'm happy about it. I'm not here gatekeeping or anything. So let's not talk about that. I'm actually happy. I'm afraid for my wallet, but I'm happy that we are getting a wider genre. You know what I mean? Instead of just Japanese format manga, there's Koreans. So me personally, I wouldn't have. I mean, I was kind of reading more, but now Webtoon is becoming a thing. I've been just diving into Webtoon lately, more and more. It's not that I wasn't aware of it. It's just me going to the books. The seeing this really the beginning after the end. I kind of heard a lot about it, but then seeing it on the shelf prompted me to pick it up, read it, and then I went online and pretty much scrolled and read the whole thing. Okay, let's talk about the formatting, right? Originally, the beginning after the end, our returners, magic, should be special, the breaker. Originally, most of them were, formatted or originally written to be read on the phone, scrolling. So from top to bottom, whereas in manga we read from left to right. This is right now we're reading paneling from, well, manga is right to left. This is left to right. And I'm kind of like, so the format is different, right? So the beginning after the end, you just can scroll. And I think the authors, when they're writing, so Turtleme and Fukia, take into account that that's how you're reading. So it's from top to bottom and scrolling as fast as you could. Takes into account some of the scenes, some of the positions. Whereas manga, the paneling, the format takes, you turning the page, the writer sometimes takes that into account to make reveals and suspend, you know? And so now this format, I'm not really harping and I'm not mad. I'm just kind of noticing that distinction because after I read this, I went back and reread these chapters on, the webtoon, and I'm loving it. And then after I read it and I come back, I want to see these. It's cool to kind of see them in print, though. There's still something about turning the page and having, especially if the art is like not just not one of those generic, pictures where all the characters kind of like just are generic. But if the writer and the artist takes their time on the webtoon, which a lot of them do, and the art is unique and it kind of has its own style, then yeah, then I think I appreciate it when it's on the page. But I'm still gonna be an advocate of saying, hey, even though we have this in print, which I'm gonna support and I'm gonna buy, I think it is in the interest of anybody that's into webtoons. Well, if you're already into webtoons, you're probably gonna know this. But it's better that scrolling, that format itself. For some time, I don't know. It feels cool. It feels like original, like normal or natural. The big now, a returner's magic should be special. This one I kind of read it first on the webtoon, after I got introduced into that world, and then I got this book and read it again on in here, but I liked it. So like coming from the web, from the webtoon, from that format of scrolling, and then reading it on this, it was it was like refreshing. It pretty much was a supplement, so I actually enjoyed it more. So I'm already way past this. I'm like way ahead of it. The breaker though, I don't think the breaker maybe stems. I actually liked this better because I couldn't find any good websites. Most of the websites had were the art was not as crisp on the screen uh, as the webtoons, like the illegal sites that I found. So it's good that this author gets to have his work, published here, and we can support him, because this is like, whoa, this took me by storm. This is one of the best. I'm like, I got all three, and I'm all in. I'm like I'm on that hype train that is the breaker. I'm on the hype train that is the beginning after the end. Returner's Magic should be special. Anything else that comes that's probably the most popular that people probably been reading online forever, and I'm like this latecomer to the genre, and this invasion that's coming in. But I'm all over the place. What I wanted to talk about really was, for one, that the formatting is going to be different. So I would advise anybody that is probably finding about these series from their book format to, just read it online first too. I mean, afterwards, still support the authors. But let's talk about these two series here, both by Yen Press. The beginning after the end, and a Returner's Magic should be special. Now, the thing I'm kind of like disheartened is this actually is about 180 pages, whereas this is like 200 and something, and the price is the same. So for the love of me, like I'm wondering what Yen Press is thinking. I understand that it's pictures. I can understand that. But at the very least, for 20 bucks, give us something that's closer to this. You're already doing it with this series. I mean, I don't know what's the difference between these two series. Obviously, they're kind of different in their own right. This one's they're both in kind of the same genre, but you know what I'm saying. But still, though, I mean, I'm not here to compare series. Publishers don't compare series and say which one is better. Which one is S tier and which one is A tier, and then price it based on that. I don't understand why this is priced at 20 bucks and this is priced at 20 bucks and I'm getting a slimmer version. If originally when I got this first, I thought it had to do with the coloring, and I was giving Yen Press the benefit of the doubt, talking about how maybe it's the quality of the paper and the printing and the imaging, and it's more artwork and it takes time. Maybe there's more. Let's see. Yet at the same time, if I scroll through these, I see the same thing. Yeah. Maybe it takes less ink in here. Is that what it is? Is that why the price is cheaper? Well, the price is the same. Is that why I'm getting more content? Yen Press. Yen Press just makes its own rules. This is the thing with Yen Press. They just make their own rules always. Now for the breaker, it's in actually black and white. Still, so nothing I'm familiar with. Yet, also 20 bucks. And it's 2-in-1 though, so a blaze is a different format. So I'm getting a lot more from Breaker. And look, the Breaker is on par with the beginning after the end for me. It's just another genre. But you know what I'm saying. I'm not here to compare series. So this is kind of the invasion. This is the newer. And like I said, as far as my knowledge and my peripheral knowledge is concerned, I'm guessing what kind of spurred or the forerunner of this was Solo Leveling. And Solo Leveling, actually, I bought it and then unhold it because I kind of read it online. Most of it, I bought a few. It's just I didn't want to collect it. I mean, it's progressive fantasy. It is cool, the premise and everything, but it's like, I don't know. This, if they kind of made it this, so yeah, even that. Let's talk about that. Like Solo Leveling is also a stick, right? It's as big a stick as this, and so I don't know why, for the love of me, they're deciding to do this to, I'm complaining here. I'm harping. Why, Yen Press? Are you gonna be watching my videos? I want to know if you are. But this is it. By the way, shameless plugin. I made a impression for this one, so go check it out. I have yet to do impressions for these two. You know, in the future they'll come. I can't wait to do volume 2 though. Man, I'm liking this one. Ooh, 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 it's so cool. Maybe I'm just an isekai nerd. I mean, isekai fanatic. That's probably why. But that's kind of it. Is there other series for you out there who are familiar with more with the webtoon? Lately, I've been searching for more. Unordinary was another one that I tried to read. I kind of liked it in the beginning. Like I'm deep, but I had to stop because the main character was not doing it. Like at some point, that duality, that him having that. Well, I don't know. I might have to. I might go back. So I want to. You know what? I'm gonna hold my peace. But I'm gonna say something. The Unordinary. There are other series that I'm getting into. With Solo Leveling though, I want to read it. I'll probably read it online. I'll see if I can find it on the you know, the webtoon supported in other avenues. I'm a fan if it's good. I just don't think I can buy the series, even though I kind of like the art. The art is cool. The world building is nice. It's a straightforward, like Dragon Ball Z type of deal with its you know, it's in the genre of isekai or power scaling or you know dungeon crawling. Is in the same regard as is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon, or kind of you know the weakest link, slowly but surely, you know, he finds something, you know, the hidden journey, what is it, dungeon that I only can enter, a plethora of same concepts, and then a matter of execution. So but the breaker here though, this one I gotta give its own dedicated video. The breaker. So today I just wanted to kind of talk about that and talk about the British, not the British, the Korean invasion. The Webtoon Invasion. Let it invade. We are happy. Okay? We will welcome the Webtoons with open arms. As manga supporters, I speak for the community here. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment down below. And with that, I am out. Peace. Peace, peace.